All right. We should be back. Are we alive? Let's make sure. Okay, it's HD now. Yeah, sorry, I restarted the stream just to get the quality up. It should be 1080p now. Sorry about that. We're back. Okay, I don't know why this fucking theme keeps playing, bro. Okay. We are good. We're good to start. What's up, boys? Yeah, okay. We're all good. And I can have the chat right here. Yeah, okay, I don't know why. For some reason, the settings were being all weird, but we're back. It should be a lot better quality, so everything should all be good. And we're going to start right now. Got my chat. Getting ready. It's going to take me... I want to start streaming a lot more. Eventually, I just want to start streaming like as much as possible, like whenever I play the game. It's going to take some time to like get used to it, but yeah. And anyway, like I said earlier, today we're going to be making some tier lists. Starting with this low rank one, which I think is going to be really helpful for a lot of you new players, because not all characters are made evenly when it comes to low ranks. Like and tier list doesn't mean anything. Like you could have a character who's really good, but is really bad in low ranks because they're just so difficult and they require like a certain level of fundamentals. Whereas you'll notice that in low rank, generally it's heavily dominated by like cheesy characters. Simple, cheesy characters with like lots of gimmicky strings. Let me turn off this ad really quick. Cheesy characters, lots of strings, lots of like flowcharts. These are going to be the best characters in low ranks. So, well, I don't even know why there's ads on this. But yeah, we're going to start. So, and this is going to be, like I said earlier, this is going to be a YouTube video. So keep that. I'll upload this probably later today. So to begin, we can start with, I was going to do them in order, but we got to get out of the way the most obvious ones for, wait, why is this? No. Whatever. Okay. Starting with the most obvious ones, in terms of the easiest to climb with. And okay, before I even say this, when I say low ranks, I'm probably talking about all the beginner ranks. So the blue ranks, green ranks, probably all the way until, I'd say yellow, but I think it's even higher now because you don't even lose any points until orange ranks. So I'm going to say that orange ranks are going to be where it starts. So starting in orange ranks is like, that's where it ends. So this is all the way from the very beginning till, what's the last orange rank? Is it Eliminator? Something like that. That's what I'm going to consider the low ranks for this video. You could argue it's just yellow and below, but it doesn't really matter. It's all pretty much the same thing anyway. So Kuma and Panda are, as a lot of you can probably imagine, insanely good for climbing. If you know anything about these characters, they're joke characters, right? They exist just to be joke characters, and their whole thing is that they're gimmicky. They have like 100 different random fucking stances that they go into. They flop all over the ground. If you saw Donkey's newest video, he's already cheesing wins with these characters. These two characters are probably the most cheesy characters in the game. The most, like, if you want to just like pick up a character and just like win and that's it, like not have to worry about anything, these characters are going to be perfect for you. Panda and Kuma. They're not particularly strong. They're actually very weak, I think, right now in the game. But that just goes to show, like, these are two of the weakest characters in the game. But in low ranks, they're just so incredibly strong because who knows? Okay, I've been playing Tekken. I started with 7 5 years ago, and I still don't know these characters very well. I have a Panda and Kuma guide out, so I've gotten better at the matchup now. But even still, like, I run into a Kuma player in purple ranks, and they're just like they're still just like on the ground, just like throwing out all these random hits. And I'm just like, what's going on? Like, yeah, these two characters are insane in low ranks. And if you want to just escape low ranks and just cheese everyone, I don't recommend this because you're not going to learn fundamentals and you're going to be like held back in the long run. But yeah, these two characters are very, very, very gimmicky, like insanely gimmicky. So Panda and Kuma, I'd say they're most. Also, it's not going to be ordered within tiers. I don't really want to do that. I might like change it around a little bit after, but overall, I don't really want to. I can't be bothered to order the tiers. King be cheesy as fuck. Oh yeah, don't worry, we'll get to that. Jack is probably between average and easy. Jack is, I put him in easy. Yeah, Jack is very he's fundamental based, but he has like a lot of like other gimmicks that people aren't ready for. Like you see a lot of Jackson low level spamming the string where he goes like this, and it's like plus on block, and then he goes down and he does a big punch and it's low. Lots of like really cheesy lows that like new players aren't going to be ready for. He could go he's between easy and average. If you made an argument for average, I could probably move him down, but he's insanely strong in this game. He does ridiculous great damage. He now has a throw that launches. So more gimmicky stuff that in low ranks, new players aren't going to be able to beat this. So it's like insanely gimmicky. He has like a lot of like really weird stuff. He has a new stance 50-50 that just guard breaks and gives you a free heat smash. Good generic tools. I'd say he's like pretty easy to climb with. Yeah. Is Alisa hard? I feel like fast characters are easiest at low level. We can talk about Alisa right now. Insanely easy. Alisa, she's like, and this isn't to say, because I know she's like, she could be hard at high level, but in the lower ranks, no one's beating Alisa, okay? In low ranks, you're not beating Alisa, I'm not beating Alisa, we're all just getting fucked by that chainsaw, okay? We're all just getting destroyed. That's the whole thing. Strings, just constantly chainsaw mid, chainsaw low, chainsaw power crush. She flies at you from the other side of the stage. Jack 8 is hard to master. Yeah, of course, Jack 8's hard to master. But okay, as you can see here, I gotta say this again. Low ranks. This is just, these characters are like the easiest to make it out of the low ranks. So if you want to get to like red ranks or like the top of orange ranks, these are the characters who are going to be the easiest. So yeah, Jack is very easy in low ranks because he's a noob killer. But anyway, Alisa, yeah. I don't even really need to explain it. Everyone knows that Alisa is a noob killer. Anyone who doesn't know the matchup is just gonna have a really bad time against this character. Literally, she can just fly across the side of the stage in like a second. She has a unbreakable projectile. New players don't sidestep or duck, so how are they going to deal with that? Just so many strings. It's insane. Amazing character for low ranks. Insanely cheesy. Jin, between average and easy. I'm a Jin main, so I'll say he's probably not up here, but he's still very easy to climb with. You do need to know fundamentals on Jin, but he's so privileged in this game. Like, he's so privileged in this game. He has so much bullshit. Like, the new down 2, no one is reacting to that in low ranks, and it's such a strong move. No one punishes lows, does insane damage, full counter hit launcher. Forward 4, again, no one's punishing that. Another thing on Jin that I've been using more is out of Zen, 3+4, he dashes towards you, really good range. +6 on block, and you go into wave dash and you get a free mix up. Like, new players, and it's a high, you can duck it, but new players aren't going to be able to. So, personal bias aside, he could be here or here. I'd say Jin's pretty easy to climb with overall. Again, you do need to know fundies, and he probably does have less cheese than Jack, so maybe I'll move him down later. But I think that's a good spot for Jin for now. Jun is, I don't know, man. It's hard to say. Here or here. Jun is just so incredibly bullshit in this game. This character is like a problem. This character is so insanely broken. The only thing is like some of her moves take up her own HP, so you have to like kind of be smart at managing that, but we just have strings upon strings upon strings, counter hit strings, and then when she does hit you, you take an insane amount of damage. She does so much damage in her combos. It's like, it's unbelievable how much damage she does. And it's, yeah, she's an insane character. She really is. There's just so many strings. She's like a big matchup check, I'd say. She's gonna be one of the easier characters to climb with. Kazuya, between hard and hardest, honestly. Anyone who knows Kazuya, this character, he struggles. And that's not even saying he's bad, because I don't even know how good or bad he is in the game. He feels pretty good. He feels alright. Like, pretty average, I'd say. But Kazuya is just so hard in so many different ways. If you're new to the game and you started with Kazuya, I salute you, because you are braver than I am. Like, this character is insane. No standard 15-frame launcher. You have to electric, which is execution, obviously. If you want to launch your opponent on punishment, you have to electric. Doesn't really have a ton of gimmicky strings, besides the, like the, what is it, the 1-4, the 1-2-4, like the jab with a low. It's not that gimmicky. Hell Sweep, not that gimmicky. Everyone knows the matchup. Kazuya's like, he's a really simple character in terms of what he uses. Like, even low-level players know he's looking for the Hell Sweep and the forward 4 or forward 3 mix-up. So, very simple. Most people know exactly what Kazuya does. He struggles, bro. One of the hardest characters in the game, especially in low ranks, because like, if you're playing Kazuya and you're new to the game and your opponent is just spamming strings over and over, like, what do you do? How do you even approach that? I have no idea. Like, it sounds insanely difficult. So yeah, I'd say, I think most of us would agree Kazuya is like really, really hard in lower ranks. I'm in red rank with Kazuya and I'm learning good with him, but Jin is my favorite next to Kazuya. Yeah, they're both really cool in this game. I think Kazuya is probably a little bit cooler, even though I main Jin. Jin's a little bit simple in this game, but yeah, Kazuya is very hard to climb with. King, King mains are gonna hate me on this one, but he's probably around here in these two. Not to say, and I want to preface this by saying, King is very hard. Like, I said this in my tier list, some people disagree. I think King is like a really, really hard character to play. Like, he's a lot more difficult than people think. But even though he's a hard character to pilot, he's so easy in low levels because nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. Nobody knows. Nobody knows how to break throws by themselves. So you take King, who's a character who does between 60 and 100 damage. His max chain throw, the Death Cradle, or whatever it's called, does like 100 damage from one grab. Do you think new players in low ranks are breaking that chain throw? Of course they're not. No one is. No one's ducking, so no one knows how to deal with it. And it's also like, grabs are stronger in Tekken 8 than they've ever been before. They're so insanely strong. I don't know if you guys saw online, people were talking about how if you punish a Power Crush move that's laggy with King's chain throws, apparently the whole chain throw is guaranteed. That's like insane. He has so much gimmicky shit, like unbelievable gimmicks. He has the new thing in Heat. When is low rank and when does high rank start? I'm classifying low rank all the way up until the top of orange rank, so Eliminator, I think it's called. But we'll say just up until orange rank. So it could be the beginning of orange rank, the top. It's not really a big difference. I'd say, in my opinion, red ranks are where like somewhat intermediate level starts, not even, but maybe a little bit higher up. But this is all the way up until orange ranks. These are low ranks. But yeah, King players, bro. I know you're gonna this is a YouTube video as well. I'm gonna upload it later. So King players, I know you're all gonna be in the comments yelling at me, saying, like, flaming me. He's hard. Like, he's a very hard character to play, but oh my god, is he privileged in low ranks. Very, very privileged. Lars. Lars is an interesting character. Oh, wait, hold on. Make sure everything's still good. Oops. Lars is an interesting character. A lot of people think he's a lot more. I think Warrior is where you hit the beginning of intermediate. Well, it just depends, because I don't think Warrior is, because you don't lose points until Warrior now. Like, up until yellow rank, if you lose matches, you're not punished at all. A lot of people don't know this. You literally, until yellow rank, you could play like 10,000 games, lose 9,000, win 1,000, and still make your way to Warrior rank, right? Like, you just don't lose points up until that point. So that's why I think it's not really, because anyone can get yellow ranks if they just play enough, because you don't lose anything. But anyway, sorry, back to Lars. Lars is an interesting character. Stance heavy, so a lot of stance mix-ups are good for low level. Although I don't think Lars, the more I think about it, I don't think Lars is particularly strong in this game right now. Especially in low level, I feel like new players tend to just mash, and since he relies on stance transitions, I feel like you're going to get hit out of a lot of stuff. Like you'll be trying to like mix up your opponent, they'll just mash, 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 string, string, string. So I think he does struggle in that sense. He doesn't have any particularly super threatening lows. Most of his lows you need a counter hit to do big damage. Yeah, he does have the 3+4 in heat, which is like big plus frames. That's kind of a decent noob killer. It has armor too. And yeah, you're right. Lars is hard to predict. So he could go between here and here, but I don't know. It's like, this is just fully my opinion. So I'm sure a lot of you guys will disagree. That's perfectly fine. But I want to say he's like, I want to say he's around average. It's just like, that's what my gut is telling me. Maybe not, but maybe I'll move him up later. But like, if I think about it, I feel like I have an easier time because like I've learned most characters in the game at this point just for guides that I'm going to be releasing. I feel like I'd struggle in ranked with him a little bit more than these two. I'm not sure though. Like, yeah, I could definitely see him being easy. So this could go in either of these for sure. Law is easy to climb with, yeah. They've made Law very, very easy in this game. Tons of strings, tons of gimmicks. A lot of Law's stuff are unsafe now, but the thing about it is low level. Thing about low level is no one knows how to punish anything, so you can get away with a lot of bullshit. And Law does have a lot of strings, a lot of like stance transitions that people just don't know how to deal with. Yeah, I'd say Law is definitely one of the easier characters to climb with for sure. Every low rank uses Law. Yeah, he's very popular in low ranks for sure. I don't even know half of what I'm doing and climb past yellow rank by simply mashing 1-1-2, 1-2-1, down 2. Yeah, on Steve Fox. I don't know what blocking is. Yeah, so there you go. That's why the low ranks, no one knows what they're doing, right? But yeah, I'd say Lars is between average and easy. I might move him up to easy, but you could definitely make an argument for that. Paul is probably easy. I really, really like Paul. Paul was like one of my most played Tekken 7. I've been playing him a lot in 8. Paul is... He's a fundamental-based character because he doesn't have a lot of strings, but he also does have a lot of bullshit for low level. Low level players are not punishing Death Fist. He can just spam the Death Fist constantly, get away with it. No one's going to punish him for that. Demo Man, no one's blocking low. You get a free 50 damage. Just with Demo Man Death Fist. Demo Man Death Fist is a terrible 50-50 in high levels, but in low levels, absolutely no one is punishing this. No one is. So that's why I think even though Paul is a very fundamental character, overall I'd say he's like more difficult than average to play. In low ranks, I think he's pretty easy because you can also literally just like sit back and just keep out with your down forward 2 and just get a lot of value off of that. So I'd say Paul is rather easy to play in low ranks. Is Bryan even possible to learn as a beginner? Bryan, yeah, Bryan. Well, surprisingly, Bryan. We'll talk about Bryan in a little bit. Bryan's actually not that bad in low ranks. Bryan's actually with just the bare basics, you can do pretty well with Bryan in low ranks. But if you want to excel on Bryan, it's gonna be like it's gonna be a hell of a lot of hassle. So, but we'll get to that. Nina is definitely hard. Okay, here's the thing though. Nina's very hard to play at a high level. But at a low level, she has a ton of gimmicks, like a ton of fucking gimmicks. All gimmicky strings. She's like sidestepping and whatever, like holding forward for all the plus frames on block. Nina's between here. Yeah, I don't know if Nina's particularly strong in this game. I haven't actually thought about it a lot. I don't see a lot of Ninas, so it's hard to say. But Nina is generally considered to be good in low ranks just because of all the strings. Like Nina has a ton of strings, probably more strings than like any of these characters, basically. Tons of different gimmicks that people aren't expecting, but very, very difficult character to play at a high level. So I could see her going in average. Like I don't know, I'm torn. It could be between these two. Can opener? Yeah, the thing about can openers, nobody knows how to beat it. Even like a lot of good players aren't even good at beating that. And you can just spam that, especially at the wall, because you get a full, you get wall splat, don't you? If it's the same string I'm thinking of. A lot of choices with Nina. The sheer amount of her move list with mix-ups enough to carry you. Yeah. She has decent lows too, with like, what is it, full crouch 4. Lots of strings. Like, doesn't her down forward 1 or 2, like, you know how I haven't played Nina in a while. I did her guide like a month back, but I know a lot of her strings can like transition into her her launcher. Obviously unsafe on block, but low players are just not punishing anything. So I don't know. I'm torn. She could go either here or here. What do you guys think? What do you guys want average or you guys want easy? I don't know. It really doesn't matter that much because like I've explained my rationale with her, but I could see her going. I could see her going in either of these two, not gonna lie. Fuck. What do I want here? Put her in. I think I'll keep her in easy for now. Average. Okay, people are saying average. 2 people with average. Nina main, I would say average. All right, you know what? Fair enough. You guys get that? This is why I'm doing this live. All right, you guys can correct me so my comment section doesn't attack me. Dude, it was so people got so mad by my other tier list. Even though my last tier list, I literally like said multiple times, hey, this is just purely my opinion. You're not gonna agree. It'll probably be wrong in 3 days because the game's so new. But yeah, people were really mad. That's why I have you guys here to tell me when I'm being stupid now. Isn't Steve, Kazuya, Bryan, and Lee the 4 hardest to play at higher level? I think so, yeah. But Xiaoyu, okay. This one I don't know if I'm gonna take. This one I don't know if this one's up for debate. Xiaoyu is so fucking gimmicky. The character is harder than average for sure, but in low level, what is going on when you're playing against the Xiaoyu? This is a character who I'm gonna make a guide on her eventually. This is one of the few matchups of the game. I have no idea. She just jumps around, string, low string, parry, evasive, goes to the other side of the stage, just like spinning around. She's one of those spinny characters. She could go up here. Honestly, I could see you could make an argument for her being up here for sure. And again, that's not to say she's hard, but like in low ranks, like no one knows what's going on. Like who do you think's gonna rise the ranks faster? A Xiaoyu player or like a Paul player or a Jin player? Like it's gonna be the Xiaoyu player for sure. So I'd say she's definitely gonna be easiest. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, so we're all in agreement there. Yeah, Asuka is I don't know. It's hard to say with Asuka. Usually she'd always be around here, but a lot of people are saying she's really weak in this game. I haven't particularly experimented with her a lot, so I'm not entirely sure. But even though she's weak, she still does have like a ton of gimmicks, right? She still has the auto parry, still has the evasive cartwheel launcher. I feel like even though she's weak, Asuka's always got to go in at least easy or easiest because she's just insanely simple and has like a ton of gimmicky stuff. I'd say Asuka is easy, but I don't know. Dude, everyone's saying she's weak right now. I'm not sure. She feels average if you don't mash into her, but low ranks do be mashing. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, people are going to be pressing like an insane amount. So, bro, I'm playing Tekken 7 Midnight Closet OST. It's a 15-minute video, and there's like an insane amount of ads. How many ads are you going to put in? It's a song. It's not even original content. This dude is loading his thing with ads. Holy shit. Anyway, that's why the music keeps getting interrupted. It's just ads. There's just so many. Jesus. But yeah, I think Asuka would probably be in easy. Yeah, the cartwheel, you can get so much mileage. Do they mean weak by B tier or D tier? I don't know. See, I'm not qualified to talk about Asuka enough because I'm just not sure. I'm just going off of what I see people say on Twitter. On Twitter, it seems like people are saying that she's a very simple character. But I could be way out there. I'm not sure. But I think she's still easy just because of all the gimmicks. No one knows how to just like wait and not press. Leroy, he's between here and here. Honestly, I'd put him in easiest. Even though he might not be the strongest right now, holy shit is he overwhelming for new players. The insane chip damage. Punch. He never lets up his aggression, just forever. Just never stops. How long have you been playing Tekken? So I've been playing Tekken for about 5 years. I started in Tekken 7. Made my way up to the high purple ranks, like blue ranks, that area. I think I ended Fujin. And now in Tekken 8, I'm purple ranks on most of my... Well, I say most, just like Jin, Devil Jin, and Paul right now. So I'm definitely not like a pro, but that's why I'm trying to like... Basically, the goal of my channel is like, I haven't been playing Tekken for the longest, but I've been a new player like really more recently than most other people, so I can give like advice to new players. But yeah, I'm only like in purple ranks right now. Leroy is fucking insane for low level. Holy shit. Like, the orbital is amazing. Hermit stance, no one knows what they're doing. Insane, just string after string after string. He never lets up with the strings. This character is like perfect for climbing, in my opinion. Oh, why is the chat? The chat's kind of fucked. It's disappearing really quick. Whatever. Yeah. But even Mayman Sui was talking about how annoyingly oppressive Leroy is. Mayman's opinion doesn't count. Hey, listen, Mayman, he's a good YouTuber, bro. He knows a lot more what he's talking about than I do. Lily. Okay, this is one you guys are gonna have to help me with because I actually do not know much about Lily at all. I'd want to say easy or easiest just because she's like a string-based female character, but I do know she is pretty honest. This character, I'm not too sure. I don't know much about her. Probably one of these two, but I don't know. Is she weak in this? Like, I'm not sure. Some people have said she's pretty strong in this game. She's rare. I don't think I've seen many Lily players at all. Easy to average. Lily has a lot of fucking lows. Good low string, easy launch. Yeah, that is true. Oh yeah, and yeah, characters with low launchers are going to be like insane in terms of being high up on this list. So yeah, we'll put her in easy for now. Not much to say. Again, I don't know much about the character, but obviously lots of strings. Yeah, lows, like lots of annoying stuff like that to overwhelm new players. She's honest, but you can also bullshit your way with stuff. Between here and here. I'll leave her here for now, and then at the end we're gonna like try and reorganize everything. So yeah. Hwoarang. Okay, listen. Hwoarang players, they hate me, okay? After I called Hwoarang easy, which by the way, in my last tier list, with the characters I called easy, that was just average. It was average on the tier list, but I think Hwoarang, he's hard to play, but he's not like that hard. People got really mad when I said he wasn't like that hard to play, but this one is non-negotiable. Hwoarang, holy shit, this character in low ranks. Like, he might be hard, but oh my god, like, new player, I think this character could like make you quit the game. Unironically, if you told me like, I'm new to the game, I queued into ranked, and I ran into a Hwoarang, and I never want to touch Tekken again, I'd be like, you know what, fair enough. This character is insanely overwhelmed. More than Leroy, probably more than Xiaoyu. String. Like, insane. Like, insane pressure for low levels. It's unbelievable, like, how oppressive and gimmicky this character is in low level. That's not to say, once you learn, like, what's it called? I know a lot of low-level Hwoarang spam the firecracker kick. That's like the low-high string, right? New players don't know how to duck that. You can just get away with spamming that. It's like very safe on block. He has so much. He can get in your face really quickly now. I almost did quit the first time I played Hwoarang. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, and again, that's not to say he's not a cool character, but like, come on, we gotta think about it. Like, this character's a lot for sure. He's a lot. Oops, this here. So yeah, I think that one's like, I'm not even gonna negotiate that one. That's just for he's so good for carrying him in low ranks, like unbelievable. Pick Hwoarang if you wanna climb low ranks easily. Claudio, probably between average and hard. Honestly, it's so weird because in the beta, everyone was saying how broken Claudio is. Claudio just does not feel very strong right now. I don't know if it's just me. I faced a couple. I think them removing his down 2-2 launcher. So his down 2, is it down back 2-2 or down 2, something like that. When you had Starburst, this used to be a full launcher in Tekken 7. So he had a noob killer, basically. Low launchers are amazing noob killers. That's gone. They've removed that in Tekken 8. So I don't know. He's probably around here. He's kind of like Paul in the sense that he's a single hit fundamental character, but I feel like Paul has more gimmicks. Paul has more like cheesy stuff he can do than Claudio. It feels like Claudio doesn't have a lot. And yeah, I haven't fought one yet. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't seem very strong. Yeah, okay. Good point. The hop kick, that's a noob killer. The hop kick alone, you could argue the hop kick alone brings him up to here. I could see that for sure. Yeah, running 2 as well. Like, the hop kick can beat a lot of mashers. You can just spam hop kick. No one's punishing hop kicks. What are they, minus 13? Running 2, again, while running moves are way easier in Tekken 8. You can input it way easier. He has a projectile. Oh, and his heat smash is a low. That's worth noting as well. Yeah, so I wanted to say he's probably an average, but you could argue he's easy. Yeah, I think the hop click and the while running 2 might put him in easy, but like, okay, this isn't ordered as well. Like, none of this is ordered, but Claudio would be at the bottom of easy. I think probably all of these characters are easier to rank up with than him. I want to say that, but I'm torn. You could argue he's an average. I'm leaning more towards average, but I'm not sure. Cause like, does he have more gimmicks than Nina? Let's think about that. Probably not. He's probably a more honest character than Nina overall. Does he have more gimmicks than Lars? Not really. I don't know. It's hard. Dude, you guys don't understand. Tier lists are hard. Dude, these ads. Oh my god. Actually, you know what I should do? Hold on. Can I just play it on Spotify? They added the Spotify thing to they added all the Tekken sounds to Spotify, right? Is this song on Spotify? Yeah, it is. Yo, fuck the ads, bro. I love this song. Turn it up a little bit. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna keep Claudio in average for now. It makes sense. I don't know. That's my gut. Well, maybe we'll rearrange it later. Azucena. Jesus Christ. You saw the thumbnail. This character. Holy shit. Like, she's probably... She might be, like, at the same level as the Bears, honestly. Insane noob killer in this game. No one knows how to beat her. Holy shit. Strings out of the ass. String. As the, what is it? The, is it, I don't know if it's down forward 1. I haven't labbed her enough yet. She has the string they're all spamming where it's like mid, high, and then a high one that counter hits. If you press anything, she gets a full launch. And then a mid one that's -10, so she has a mid mix up. The while running move, that's 2 hits. A lot of people don't know, but the while running, like the plus on block one they all spam, it's a 2 hit, right? Mid, high. You can't sidestep it because the second hit tracks. So you have to sidestep it and then crouch. That's how I've been beating the Azucena while running move. But holy shit, new players aren't going to learn how to do that. You can spam that, string, and then she goes into her stupid fucking stance, and you try and hit her with a high or a low, auto parry. Auto parry. She has a hell sweep. She has it all, bro. She's so strong. I feel like she's Kroger brand Lucky Chloe. Yeah, for sure. Not as bad, but yeah, Azucena definitely belongs up here. She's really, really, really good, I think. Yeah, I'd say that. Raven is an interesting one. Dude, do you guys notice that nobody is playing Raven? It's so weird. No one's playing this character at all. Like, no one is. You could make an argument. I'd probably put him in around here, because from what I have heard and like playing him a little bit, he does have a lot of like strings, like a lot of matchup checks. And also just him being so unpopular means no one's going to know how to deal with him, especially in low level. He's really cool. I don't think he's as gimmicky as Victor, I want to say. But yeah, I don't know. My gut is telling me Raven is pretty easy. But this is one where like I should probably make a not sure tier list, or a not sure tier, because no one's playing him. Guys, unironically, I'm in purple rank. I don't think I've ran into Raven one time. I think I ran into Raven once on Player Match when I was experimenting with Law for a video. I don't think I've run into Raven once in actual ranked. I just don't think I've ran into a single one. So, but I watched a couple videos on him. He does seem to have a lot of bullshit. So, but oops, if you want to argue that he's here in the comments, go for it, bro. The 3 Raven mains in the YouTube video are going to be mad about this one. Holy shit, Dragunov is like, oh my god, this character. I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry, this is like my personal bias. I think Dragunov is unironically a character who's like perfect in low ranks, perfect in mid ranks, perfect in high ranks. I feel like he's unironically good in every single... He's busted. Like, people are saying he might be the best character in the game. I don't know if I'm ready to go that far. Have you guys seen that string that everyone's spamming? The, what is it? Low, mid, and then he does the heat engager. Low, mid, heat engager. His heat engager is what? Like +6 on block? Low, mid, heat engager. Like that string, they just spam it. He has the, what is it? The mid-high that's plus on block. While running 2 is just insane. Like, how are low-level players going to deal with that? Like, there's just not. So many strings up the ass. He has a launcher. He has a low launcher, right? Like, holy shit, this character's insane. And I know he's probably hard. This is one of the few popular characters who I haven't spent a lot of time with yet, so not entirely sure. +7? Yeah, +7. So, like, you need to understand the plus frames to play it, so I consider Dragunov. Yeah, but you really don't need to understand the plus frames, because as a new player, you're going to be mashing buttons anyway, right? So if you're a new player, you use your while running 2, mash. You really don't need to understand plus frames. You're just still mashing. Mashing buttons, mashing buttons, mashing buttons. That's it. Like, do people know how to sidestep right in low ranks? Of course they don't. No one knows how to duck the mid-high string that everyone's spamming. No one knows how to interrupt the heat engager block string that everyone's spamming. Like, holy shit, Dragunov is insanely easy to climb with right now. That's just, I think that's just because he's like really, really strong. That's what I want to say. He's really broken. So like sometimes broken characters will just come to the top. I guess you could probably argue is easy, but I don't know. Dragunov is too much right now, in my opinion. Leo, I don't know. Leo is another character I haven't seen a lot of. I really haven't. What do you guys think about Leo? I want to say Leo is probably a little bit gimmicky. Is Leo a little bit gimmicky? I don't actually know. Hold on, I'm gonna move the chat up here. It looks probably a little bit better. Yeah, I'm not actually sure. What are we thinking? Oops. Hold on, let me switch this up. Dude, I love that the whole Tekken playlist is on Spotify now. It's so nice. Can I find it? That is not it. Tekken Tag 2? Okay, well, it's not even going to be on here. Wow. That's lame. Anyway, what were we talking about? Yeah, Leo is probably a little bit gimmicky compared to some other characters. Hold on, let's see what people are saying. Good evasion and gimmicky IMO. Leo is hard to climb with. They're average. They're extinct. I used to be a Leo main. I say average. Which is the rank with Lars is that good? 15th rank. Yeah, it's pretty. What is that? Is that red ranks almost, or is that might be? Yeah, I'd say red ranks is like the start of like red ranks is like once you start to get out of beginner level. Still kind of beginner level, and it's too early to say because there's so many new players right now. But red to purple is like where intermediate starts. Probably like around purple, I'd say. Yeah, Leo has gimmicks if you know what you're doing. Random players won't mash into a combo. Launchers everywhere. Yeah, it's hard. Like, I just it's one of those things where no one's playing the character. I know the few Leo players who are watching are gonna get really mad at me for whatever I put here. But what's the highest level? Probably top rank, right? Like between Tekken God and something like that. I don't know. The whole, like, everyone's asking, like, what rank is considered good. It's too early to say. The game just came out. The ranks are all inflated. Like, you have to kind of, like, wait a couple months till it evens out, I'd say. Warrior, okay, anyway. So I'm getting distracted. What is my main? My main is Jin. Jin and Devil Jin right now. Mostly Jin while I get used to it, because Devil Jin's a lot harder, but I've been doing mostly Jin for now. So yeah, I think we'll keep Leo between here and here. Probably, oh, maybe here. I don't know. It kind of feels wrong still. Because the character does play like pretty honest. Whatever. We'll think about it. I-12 health or frame 12 hell sweep. Not sure. Yeah. I found that ranked is super inconsistent with how players are in orange ranks. Yeah, exactly. Because it's so new. Like everything is weird. Shaheen. Probably pretty average. Shaheen is a pretty fundies-based character. He really doesn't have that many gimmicks besides the slide, which he can loop that, right? He gets a slide and he gets a guaranteed follow-up. I don't think Shaheen is particularly easy to climb with. Kind of just fundies character. Might be average, yeah. Yeah. Shaheen being an average again. See, yeah, the comments stop because no one knows about this character. Like, it's funny, all these characters. Like, who plays Shaheen? No one plays this character. Steve, dude. Okay, Steve's a really, really, really hard one. Steve is a really hard one because everyone knows that Steve's hard. One of the hardest characters in the game, but his strings, I think, are really, really overwhelming for new players. So even though Steve is probably one of the hardest, like top 4 hardest characters in the game, he might actually be easy in lower ranks just because of how much insane mileage you can get just mashing strings. Like, you can't mash with him. Well, the thing is, you can mash with him. Like, Steve's whole thing is counter hits, right? That's everything. Steve is just counter hits, counter hits, counter hits. And his pressure is insane in this game. So are new players going to be able to deal with his pressure? I'm not sure. You could, he's probably between here, like between average and easy to climb with. Part of me wants to say he should go in easy to climb with, just because of, again, how overwhelming it is. But he's not gimmicky in the sense that doesn't really have any like super strong lows. Doesn't really have like a lot of gimmicks in that. Like he doesn't have gimmicks. He needs a counter hit. But people press so much in low ranks that he's going to get a lot of counter hits, a lot of mileage for free. So it's hard to say. This one is hard to say. I'm not sure. He could be hard, yeah. Like, but I feel like Steve gets harder in higher ranks. Like when people know the matchup and they just know, okay, I'm just gonna not run into your face. He gets a lot harder, right? But in lower ranks, I don't know. Somewhere between these two. Free counter hits, but can't mash. Yeah, and his comeback potential is not the greatest. Yeah, probably between average and hard. And I'm just trying to think about it, like, how much of Steve's kit do you have to use to be successful in green ranks? Like, do you have to use probably not a lot. You could probably find like 4 or 5 like really strong counter hit strings and just spam them. Like, I can imagine Steve players getting really frustrated with everyone else. All like these characters are just spamming their low cheese and all that. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I think I'll end him in average or hard. I don't know. I'll keep him in hard for now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yoshi, I'm sorry. Again, Yoshi players are going to get really, really mad at me for this. Everyone got really mad when I made the video, and I'm not backing down on this. Yoshimitsu is cheesy as fuck. So insanely gimmicky. Up here with Kuma and Panda. A little bit, actually no, I'm sorry. A little bit less than Kuma and Panda, but still like low-level players just don't know what to do against Yoshimitsu. 1,000 fucking unblockables. You have unblockables, grabs, you have your stance, the annoying stance where you're flying, like you steal your opponent's life now. It's a new thing, right? He heals like so many strings. No, Yoshimitsu is one of those characters where like if you don't know the matchup, you're just gonna not have a good time. Like, yeah. Yoshimitsu is easy, very easy in low ranks, I'd say. Fengwei, between easy and easiest. He's a poke character, so he seems honest, but then you realize all the bullshit Fengwei has. Like, he has multiple low launchers, full launchers, not just like little hits, full launchers that lead into his full damage. Tons of it. He has sidestep 4, down back 4. Like, he has, I did a guide on him a couple days ago. He has the great low poke that gives like the little animation. Kempo, no one's ready to deal with Kempo. Everyone's gonna mash. You can just Kempo back, go for a counter hit. But yeah, I think I've played a couple of Fengwei players in low ranks, like when I was making my way to purple. They all just spam the low launchers because no one knows how to deal with that. A lot of gimmicky strings, lots of stuff. He is hard to play. I think Fengwei is like rather hard to play compared to a lot of characters. But I don't know. I want to say he's like around there. What do you guys think? Around easy, could be an easy. You could make an argument for easiest, but you do have to know, like, poking is hard. You have to know like fundamentals, but yeah, Kempo and the low launchers I think make him easy to climb with. Devil Jin, shit, I'm not sure. Devil Jin's going to be a hard one because Devil Jin, he's busted, right? Like, and if it was viability, he'd be up here. He's like insanely broken, but Devil Jin doesn't have a ton of, Devil Jin doesn't have a ton of super easy strings to spam, right? Like Devil Jin, you need to know how to use your electric. Hell Sweep takes some execution, I guess, for new players, especially to do it fast. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but to do a Hell Sweep, like, immediately after the chain plus move, it does take a lot of, it does take execution to do that, like to do wave dashes really fast. Now, electric, now with the new easy combos, you can just mash 2-2 and get wins. Maybe, but... Oh, do you mean like the easy, the factor, like the easy mode or whatever it's called, like the easy controls? I'm not even factoring easy controls, because like if you use that, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care about that. Yeah, he's probably around average and hard. Like, again, he's so busted, but you have to be a strong player with him. And I guess it's just like when we look at all of these characters, right? What do they have in common? And these characters too, to a lesser extent. Gimmicky strings that low players don't know how to deal with. Does Devil Jin have gimmicky strings? He really doesn't. He has laser cannon, which isn't even, it's not much, just standard mid. He has down forward 1-2. In terms of counter, his mids aren't like that strong. He has like back 4, standard counter hit launcher, down or up forward 4, or sorry, up back 4. He really doesn't have a lot. He really doesn't. Like, okay, the one thing about Devil Jin is Hell Sweep. Hell Sweep is a noob killer. He gets 50 damage consistently off of a low that new players are not going to be good at ducking. But you do have to be in their face to Hell Sweep. Fuck, but I don't know. See, and you want to think, like, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, the chain. The chain, up forward 1, makes him easy, because people don't know, new level players aren't going to duck the chain. And if you don't duck the chain, you're just going to get plus frames all day. Plus frames, plus frames. But when, like, if you're playing Devil Jin in low ranks and some of these characters are, like, mashing on your face, it feels like Devil Jin he doesn't have, like, a really great get off me tool, it seems. Unless you're, like, really fast at doing electrics. I'm not sure. Like, again, don't get me wrong, Devil Jin's insanely broken. But, like, compared to all the characters above, I just feel like he's going to be harder to climb with than they are. That's what my gut is telling me. Not to say that he doesn't have gimmicks, but like if your opponent is mashing strings on you, which everyone in low level is going to be, what do you do as Devil? Your chain's no use. It's too slow. You back 4, hope for a counter hit, and do like that's pretty basic fundies. He doesn't really have a lot of cheese besides the Hell Sweep, I think. So, and yeah, you rarely see Devil Jins in low ranks. People aren't playing him very often, but I think Devil Jin would be hard to climb with. I had an advantage because I got my Jin up in ranks first, and then all my other characters were already like pretty high, so I didn't have to. I skipped all like the low level stuff. With Kazuya, you can do perfect electrics with one button with a new control. Honestly, I'm not even worrying about that. Like, I might make a video on that the other day, but I'm not even thinking about that shit right now because it's a whole thing, bro. It's a whole thing. It's probably still not that good because the couple opponents I have had who have used the simple controls, as soon as I see that menu pop up, I know exactly what they're looking for. Like, yeah, you can do electrics quickly, but if you see a Kazuya pop up in the menu, you know he's going to electric, so you can just duck preemptively, right? So it does kind of give it away because their options are so limited, but being able to like switch it on and off really quickly, I don't agree with that at all. But yeah, I'm not going to even get into that. Lee, what do we think about Lee? God, I'm talking so much, my throat hurts. Jeez, we have 134 viewers. Wow. Welcome, guys. Thank you for tuning in. What do we think about Lee? He's hard. Insanely hard to play. Very, very, very hard to play. But he has a lot of gimmicks. Like, the character definitely does have a lot of gimmicks for low level. So, Lee players, don't kill me in the comments, but I feel like you really don't need to know all of his just frame combos. You can get it just doing the very basics. He has a lot of cheese. A lot of cheese. People press into you up to purple ranks, which is exactly what you want. Yes, exactly. Exactly. According to your list, everyone is easy. Yeah. A lot of people don't like to admit it, but most characters in Tekken are easy. And this isn't skill-based. This is how easy they are in low levels. These characters are all like pretty easy to rank up with. All ranks are low ranks. No. This is just low. You can see up here. This is just low ranks. This is just beginner rank all the way up until orange to like the top of orange, bottom of or somewhere around that. We'll just say the bottom to orange ranks. These are low levels. How easy they are to rank up with. You really don't need to use a lot of Lee's hard stuff. And yes, Lee players are gonna kill me. They're gonna fucking destroy me in the comments. But yeah. And yeah, the most characters are an easy and easiest because most characters in Tekken are not that hard to rank up with in low level. This is true. Zafina. I'm not sure. Probably easy as well. Just tons of gimmicks, but everyone's saying the character's really weak right now. But when she's just like standing on the floor in her stance and just going for shit, like very evasive strings, very gimmicky stances, strong lows, like everything you could want. You can make an argument for easiest too. Honestly, I might just put her in easiest. Yeah, very, very gimmicky, insanely gimmicky character. Insanely gimmicky. Victor, we could. What are we thinking, boys? We could do either of these. Either of these is possible. I think he's definitely easier than Raven. Like, so he's very popular. A lot of people are playing him in low ranks. They do that string. And if you don't know how to interrupt it with a jab, a string where like he jumps into the air, you can just jab him out of that. But insanely long range, can pressure you from anywhere. Good strings. Are his lows strong? I don't know if his lows are particularly strong though. I don't know. Victor seems like the resident noob killer in this game. Like Victor seems like out of all these characters, he seems like the most common one that everyone's using in lower ranks. He has a gun, exactly. Victor being somewhere between these two. His lows are not strong. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know. Oh yeah, but yeah, all of his throws as well. Okay, think about it. Players can't break throws anyway, but Victor, don't his throws have like a 10 frame break window or 12 or like really low, right? I don't know the exact frames, but I've heard it's really hard to break his throws compared to most other characters, so his throws are bugged. Yeah, so I think I would keep Victor around here. 14 frames, sure, okay. Yeah, so new players aren't breaking grabs anyway, so especially this. Good strings, good pressure, insane range. Yeah. Pretty easy. Bryan, probably somewhere between here. Although, but Snake Edge is gimmicky though. Like every Bryan player I'm playing against, and like when I was in the lower ranks, they're spamming strings. Snake Edge, everyone's using Snake Edge. Orbital, exactly. He might actually be pretty easy to climb with in lower ranks. Like, not hard at lower ranks, way harder in higher ranks. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like, I think Bryan is probably the hardest character, or one of the hardest characters in the game at the higher ranks, but he seems very easy in the lowest ranks. Just because of how much, okay, think about it. Like, are Brawler Bryan players worrying about Tanchet upper? Like, no, they're not. Like, why would they? They have no reason to. Like, who would, right? Like, you can just Snake Edge, haha, orbital, gimmick, string. Like, yeah. His pressure seems really strong. Seems really strong in heat. I'd say it's very easy to climb with, yeah. That's another one. I'm telling you, bro, all these characters, I told you, it's the staple. The Lee is gonna, let's do a prediction here, all right? When I upload this video, what am I gonna get the most hate on? Which character placement? Lee, it's probably gonna be Lee, Yoshimitsu, Hwoarang. Those are gonna be the 3 angriest people commenting. I guarantee it. Just wait, bro. Just wait and see. Wait till the video comes out. Anyway. Oh shit, King. Yo, you're right, bro. The King players are gonna be so mad. Holy shit. Even though I said multiple times, I think King is really hard to play. Reina. Shit, this is a hard one. I don't know, because like you wanna. If Lars is average, I don't see why Lee is easy. That's a good point. I don't know. I feel like Lars players, or sorry, I feel like Lars in this game doesn't have a lot to threaten new players with. Like his stance transitions. Are new players going to respect like the dynamic entry, silent entry transitions when you're like going into stance? Like if you're trying to get like the new low he has off of the what's it called, the leverless entry, whatever the fuck it's called. Like, are they going to respect you, or are they just going to mash in your face? And his only really strong like low for big damage is counter hit down back 4. I feel like Lars is not that strong for low rank, so I'm not sure. It feels like Lee has a little bit more gimmicks, but maybe we'll move Lee down a little bit. We'll see. Anyway, sorry, I was talking about Reina. Reina, dude, it's hard because everyone's playing Reina. She's the most played character by a long shot right now. By a long shot. Everyone's playing this character, but Everyone's playing this character, but new players, are they really gonna... She doesn't have good lows. I feel like that's her... Should I geek Lee or Bryan? Not sure which to pick up. If you want my opinion, I think Bryan's way cooler. But I'm a resident Lee hater. Not actually. I don't know. I don't like the character that much. I feel like in terms of the hard characters, he's like the least most likely one I'd actually play. I think Bryan's sick in this game. They did such a good job with him. I'm getting so off topic. This is probably me doing this live. Reina, she has bad lows, and that's her biggest problem. If you know how to just like simply hold back and punish, she struggles. But low-level players are not going to be holding back and punishing. So who do I main? I main Jin and Devil Jin. Mainly Jin. Not even really Devil Jin. I just play Devil Jin for fun. And Paul. But Reina... Gateway to Understanding, Mishima's 1-1-2 Scrub Killer. Yeah, 1-1-2 goes into stance. She has a bunch of gimmicks. Lots of strings, lots of gimmicky stuff. She has that, the stance where like she rolls around. Like she dashes back with the back three and then like rolls around and then does like a... If it's a counter hit, it does like 60 damage low. You get a big animation. Unbreakable throws. But I feel like there's a lot more Reinas in lower ranks than in high ranks. Like I don't see many Reinas. I just don't see many Reinas anymore. In low ranks, it felt like everyone was playing her, but I don't know. Yeah, like realistically, she'd probably be. Hold on. She'd probably be easy, right? Leroy should be an average. Nah, bro. Low ranks Leroy's. I'm not saying he's good. He's not even good, but he's just very gimmicky. You don't think Kazuya 50-50 makes him easier in low ranks? No, because no one's going to respect the 50-50. Kazuya's 50-50 only works if your opponent is respecting you, which means you have to condition them first. If you're not conditioning your opponent, the 50-50 means nothing. You're not even going to get to wave dash. You wave dash for 1 second in your opponent's face, and they're like that, just fucking spamming shit. Like... You can rank with all characters in low ranks with only grabs. Yeah, true. No one knows how to break grabs. But at the end she feels gimmicky and not major much substance. True, they just hop kick. Go to haul ass to rank up with Kazuya. Yeah. Reina's probably around here. I don't know. Like, this is maybe just because it's my tier list, I'll take Reina for myself. Is Raven cheesy in lower ranks? Bro, that's the thing. No one fucking knows. I've watched a couple small videos on Raven that said he's hard. And that said that he has a lot of gimmicks and a lot of strings. And I've seen it, but no one's playing... Like, I'm guessing most of you guys haven't even faced a Raven because no one's playing the character. So it's really hard to say. It's really, really hard to say. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep Reina in average. I don't know. But I guess I'll ask you guys, because you guys are probably in, like... If you guys are mostly new players, are you guys struggling with Reinas? Like, okay, compare Reina to like these characters up here. Are you struggling against Reina more? I guess if you guys are, then I'll move her up to easy. I don't know. Me personally, if I was in low ranks, I'd be holding back and like realize she doesn't have a lot of, like she's really strong, but I feel like just the lack of like super strong lows holds her back. And again, she has strings and gimmicky stuff, but. In the first days, yes, she's pretty oppressive. Reina's 15% win rate. And yeah, it seems like a lot of Reina players are getting just like fucked in low ranks. Reina should stay at hard. People in low ranks really get swoked by her sweep move out of her dash move thing, and then you just grab on wake up. As a new player, it's really hard to tell what you can punish. Okay, Murky, good point. Really good point. That's absolutely true. A lot of her stuff, you don't know when to punish because she's going to stance. Kind of like Lars, but like she's like a more... Reina's like a better Lars. With like all the Mishima tools as well. I don't know. Just spam forward 4 and down forward 2 with Kazuya for frame traps. As a new player, it's really hard to tell. Yeah, like you said. I still say she's easy. Some people are saying hard, some people are saying easy. I think we'll compensate. We'll put her, not compensate. We'll get a good balance. I'll keep her an average for now, but maybe I'll switch it around. Okay, so now that we're done the list, What do we think we should move around? Part of me is thinking we could move... Maybe we could move Shaheen to hard. Shaheen might actually be harder than average. That's my initial thought, is to move Shaheen down, just because he's like so honest. Again, all he really has is the slide in terms of gimmicks. Maybe move Shaheen down. You could argue we want to move Lars up. Some people have said that. I could see that. I'm kind of thinking maybe move Jin down. That's my... I don't want to speak about Jin because I main him. I'm biased. Because Jin doesn't really have like a lot of gimmicky strings as well. We can move Jack down, Paul down. New video from the main man Slee explaining Azucena. Lovely. Bryan harder. Nina should be hard. Nina should be hard. Bryan harder. I'd swap Lee and Claudio. Yeah, I might... Might move Lee down. Jin is average, I think. Part of me wants to move Jin down. Even though he's like insanely ridiculously busted. He doesn't have the strings and the low and like the just like the gimmicky stuff, I guess. But I don't know. He's still pretty busted. So I'm not sure. Law should go in easiest. Yeah, I can move Law in easiest as well. I don't know. Can you make a video like that in higher ranks? We could. I don't even... I'm gonna make... after this, I'm gonna try and make just like a regular tier list, so I'm not ending the stream or anything. But I don't even know if I'm qualified to talk about high level yet, because I'm only in purple ranks. Is that even considered high level? It's not. I don't think that's high level. High level probably starts in like tech and god rank, so I wouldn't even call myself a high level player yet. So I don't know if I'm qualified. I don't know if Law's in the easiest. Law feels pretty weak in this game. Like, he still has a ton of gimmicks and a ton of bullshit, but I like easy for Law. I like easy for Law. Lee, fuck. I don't know. I don't know, bro. It's hard. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go with my guts. I'm gonna move Jin down to average. I'm gonna move... Jack's pretty easy. Paul's pretty easy. Asuka, Lily, Raven. Okay, I'm gonna put... Hold on. I'm gonna add a new row. Row below. There we go. Raven gets his own special placement. Because I have no fucking idea what he does. I have no idea. What does Raven do? I think everything else I'm pretty happy with. Lily should go up. Yeah, but like part of me doesn't think Lily's on the same level as like Azucena or Xiaoyu or Alisa. I guess she could be. Just depends. Fengwei. Yeah, I think I'm more or less good with this. I think. She's a great mashing character. She is, but... Okay. Yeah, I can see it. Fuck it. Lee, Fengwei, Leo. Leo could also be average. Like, I told you, like I said earlier, I just don't know enough about Leo. I could absolutely move Leo down. Paul's easier than 99%. His damage is hilarious versus low ranks with no clue it's a block. I agree. I talked about Paul earlier, but my thing with Paul was Deathfest and Demo Man make him easy, but he's a single hit character. He really doesn't have strings. Devil Jin is broken? Oh yeah, Devil Jin is insanely broken. This is just low level. This has nothing to do with viability. This is just how easy each character is to get to orange ranks or whatever. Devil Jin's broken, but in low level, Devil Jin players are not like doing that good, I don't think. Average for Leo? Yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut. Okay, I'm gonna stop it here. Stop editing it here. I'm pretty happy with this overall, I'd say. Probably some things I'm gonna change, and yeah, the YouTube comments are gonna be they're gonna be rough, but we're ready for it. Let me just save this. This is gonna be the final is going to be this tier list. It just doesn't feel that easy for me in early ranks. You just have to know what gimmicks to spam. Paul Mania has some wild setups. Paul is one of my most played. He's my third most played behind Jin and Devil Jin. I play him a lot. He has wild setups, but in terms of like gimmicky strings and like mashy stuff like noob killers, like compare like his strings to like any of these characters, or not King, but like any of the other characters. Like there's a lot of shit. Okay. Now I'm also gonna make really quick. How do we reset this? I'm not gonna end the stream just yet. I want to make an initial viability tier list chart. Now obviously it's way too early to actually tell. So we're done with the low rank stuff. We're completely done with that. What's the music game? It's like what, Into the Sunset? It's Tekken Tag 2, I think. Yeah, it's called Your Sunset. It's a customization theme in Tekken Tag 2. Okay, so really quick, just like basic viability. Which characters feel the strongest? Again, this is way too early on, so it's not going to be accurate at all. But like, which characters feel like they're the strongest in the game right now? Hold up. What is it? This is just a completely normal best characters in the game tier list. We're just making a normal one now. So, I'm not going to order tiers for now. Dragunov, busted. Insanely busted. Jin, busted. Devil Jin, busted. King, busted. Holy shit, King is busted. Jun, busted. Jack, busted. Azucena is probably pretty busted, right? Yeah, we all immediately have like the same thoughts. Azucena does feel really, really strong. I think, but I don't know if she's on the same. She could go here. Everyone agrees that Azucena is really good. It's hard to say. Yeah. I don't know. For me, I top of A, bottom of S. I don't know, something like that. What are we thinking? Again, this isn't supposed to be accurate at all. I'll probably completely change my opinion in 3 days. But I just wanted to like get a basic idea of like where I'm at overall. Just gotta start placing characters. Kazuya feels pretty weak. Between B and a C, maybe B. Lars, B. My opinion on Lars has just gone down and down as the game's progressed. I thought he was really good at first. Then I thought he was like maybe A. Now it's like maybe the top of B. I'm not sure with Lars. Victor, top of... Okay, Victor, we don't know. Victor, we really, really just don't know because the character's new. Like, he's so new. Realistically, he could go anywhere. The problem is he's gimmicky, so we don't know. We don't know how to deal with his shit yet. I feel like Victor's probably wouldn't be the top S tier just because of how his lows are bad. Put 2 weak tier lists at the top so people don't get pissed. You're right. Yo, good call, Murky. Good call. Trying to save my ass. Wait, isn't it? It's 1 week, right? Right? Oh, whatever. Week 2. No, we're in week 2 now. There we go. How's that for a disclaimer? How's that? Okay, I'll put all the characters and then Law feels pretty weak. I don't know. Like Law, I'm gonna make a. Hold on. I'll put these characters not sure, and then I'll ask you guys later. Law, not sure. Ball A. Nina, not sure. Actually, is Nina good? Raven can make the opponent crouch on counter for launch setups. No one knows anything about Nina. No one knows anything about Nina at all. But I've heard some people say she's really good. Nina's a god. I don't know. I'm gonna keep her here for now. I'll move these characters after probably. Xiaoyu, no idea. Asuka is pretty weak. Leroy is pretty weak. Lily is very good. Hwoarang is very good. Claudio is okay. Raven, no idea. Kuma, bad. Bad. This is just like my initial thoughts. Nina is good if you know how to play her. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people say she's good, but it's like I don't know personal experience. I'm trying to like base this off of like my initial opinions. Mash away and still win. Her moves are fast. Yeah. I don't know. Not sure. Maybe I'll put her in A. Maybe. Leo, no idea. Shaheen, he seems okay. Oh, decent Fundy's character. Steve seems good. Yoshi seems okay. Fengwei's good. Alisa, no idea. Lee. What the fuck, Lee? I have no... Bro, like, yeah, like, see, when people say it's too early to make a tier list, this is why, because they really don't. Zafina seems bad. Bryan's really good. Right here. Reina's really good as well. These are the characters that like I feel like confident in ranking, basically. I'm getting tired from sitting down all this time. Okay, hold on. What are we thinking? I'm gonna edit this a lot, obviously. Nina, you can mash away. Yeah, you said this. They buffed Alisa. She's an A for now. I don't know. I don't know anything about this character. It feels too early. Like, people aren't really playing her a lot. I know she was good in Tekken 7, generally considered to be like an A tier. She could be, but like, okay, do we agree with like these tier? These aren't like ordered or anything, but these are like who feels strong right now. Law could be like the top of B. Alisa could be B. Yeah, like shit. I really don't know. Like, I'm not sure. These three characters are just like no one's playing them. Characters who have no big weaknesses should be at least B. Just put in my opinion after each of the titles. But it's okay. Here's the problem with like opinions on the internet, right? I shouldn't. Okay, I've been playing this music for way too long. I shouldn't have to say in a tier list, this is my opinion 10,000 times. The whole point of a tier list is it's your opinion, right? Which is why it's so weird when people like share their opinions online because, and Tekken especially, because Tekken, it's like so old, there's so many legacy players. If you like insult someone's character in Tekken, they get so unbelievably angry. Like, I had comments in that video being like, oh, why'd you put my main in hardest? Or sorry, why do you put my main in hard and not hardest here? And they were like going through my like fucking Twitch and Twitter to try and find ways to like fucking discredit me, to say I'm a low rank and don't know what I'm talking about. It's like, Jesus Christ, chill, bro, chill. Like, it's just, I don't know. I getting offended on behalf of your main, a character in a video game, is like, it's immature. Like, it's really, 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 really immature. Like, the whole point of you clicking on a tier list, I guess it's like the same issue with reviews. You know how a lot of people, they click on like game reviews or movie reviews just because they already have an opinion. They just want to validate that opinion. And then if it's like a lower score or a higher score than they think it deserves, they get angry. But it's like the whole point of a tier list, the whole point of a review is you're just listening to someone else's opinion. Like, if you're coming to my video to see my tier list, it should be because, okay, this is a guy. Let's see who this is a person. Let's see what this guy's opinion is. That's what you should be doing. Like, if you're clicking main man's tier list, right? You should be watching it because you want to see what Main Man's opinion is, not because Main Man Sui is the holy grail of Tekken and whatever he says goes, and it's just true. Like, no, forget that. Like, you should just be there just to see someone's opinion. That's the whole point of tier lists, right? So, yeah, it's pretty frustrating, but whatever. Opinions online, you know, it's nothing new. Anyway, tier list. Back to the tier list. I keep getting distracted. Yeah, Raven, I honestly have no idea how good Raven is. Xiaoyu, no idea. These characters, I'm just not sure. But like, I feel like this would be normal tier list for a tournament we'll play. Yeah, this is just a normal tier list. This whole game has a bunch of busted shit. I don't know what to pick. Exactly. It's so early on right now. We just can't. You shouldn't need to say it 1,000 times. Well, the thing is that you say it 1,000 times, but they still don't listen. So it really doesn't matter. I had a comment, I had a disclaimer, and I was still getting people angry comments saying I'm a loser who doesn't know what I'm talking about because I called fucking Hwoarang easy and low ranks. Like, it's whatever. But yeah. This tier list, I might upload this to YouTube as well. And if I do, it's not going to be like, this is the holy grail of tier list. This is what's objectively right. It's literally just, this is my opinion on the game so far. Leo, low A, Steve down to B, he got nerfed. Is Steve weak? Yeah, I have. You're right. I have heard people saying Steve is kind of weak right now. I don't know. Like, is Yoshi even stronger than these guys? I'm not sure. Yoshi could go here too. I don't know. These would just be probably like this is just like this list would just be like off the top of my head what I'm thinking, but Kuma B IMO. Uh, I don't know. The Bears seem weak. The Bears don't do any fucking damage. I think that's the Bears' problem. Or sorry, not sorry. What did I just say? Forget. I didn't. The Bears they do good damage. Everything's unsafe is what I meant to say. Like they have the +3 on block heat engager, and that's it. Like all their strings and stuff, if you just hold back, it's all so unsafe. And once you know how to deal with their stances, it feels like the character's really weak. That's why I think Bears are pretty bad. And literally Asuka, Leroy, and okay, Asuka. I think Asuka is pretty weak. Leroy and Zafina. I'm just basing this off of what I've heard other people say. I actually just have no idea. Rank is easy and low. Don't know why people get mad over it. Low ranks don't block. People got so angry that I said Hwoarang wasn't as hard as people think he is, which, you know what? Like, I'm just going to double down. I still stand by that. Like, Hwoarang, he's a cool character, and he might be a little bit harder than average, but he's really not that difficult of a character. Like, but they get so offended. They get so offended. Anyway, yeah, this would be my initial tier list, obviously unordered. This means nothing, by the way. Like, this list literally means nothing, because I really don't know. It's way too early, but strong but not trust people overacting weaker than Tekken 7. Okay, maybe he is weak. Like, he doesn't. It's hard to say. Yeah, but people are saying he's weak. I don't know. Move Leroy to B. Leroy does feel weak to me. I will say I've played a couple Leroys. He does feel weak. He feels he doesn't have the sauce in this game. You know. It feels like they just wanted to make sure they didn't repeat Tekken 7 when he first came out and just made him super broken. Everything Leroy does just seems weaker than it used to be, in my opinion. Yeah, Alisa could definitely move to A. If she's the same as Tekken, like just as strong as Tekken 7, she'd probably be an A. But yeah, these 4 characters, I'm not sure. Dude, Claudio is so weird because everyone was so sure Claudio would be broken. Like everyone was like, Claudio, one of the best characters in the game in the beta. He was like the most played character as well. But he kind of has just fallen off, it seems. Like, is Claudio that strong? Maybe he is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Claudio is strong? I don't know. Like, from what I've seen playing a couple of Claudio players, he really doesn't seem that strong at all. I don't know. But his pressure is okay. Yeah, I don't know. Claudio and Shaheen are like 2 of the most honest characters. He's definitely strong. Yeah, maybe having him in the same tier as Kazuya feels wrong. Like, I don't know. Maybe I could put him here. Maybe Lars could go up, but I'm not sure. Law could probably go up to like here, maybe. Maybe something like that. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. This is I think I'll keep it here just because, again, the tiers aren't ordered. Hold on, let me add that. Ordered. That's all of them, just so people know. But Lars is fine. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Lars is fine. It feels like he's too similar to Tekken 7. Like, at first, my initial thoughts was like the heat system makes him really good. Excuse me. I thought the heat system would make him really, really good because of chip damage. And that, it is true to an extent, but I don't know. It just feels like he gets outdone by like a lot of characters in the game right now. Yeah, but obviously way too early. Do you think they'll update the roster often or very rarely like in Street Fighter 6? So they're update. When you say update, you mean like balance changes, right? They're going to do it more than Street Fighter 6 for sure, because Street Fighter 6 is a joke what they're doing. I imagine usually every time we get a patch, so every time they add a new character, they do a balance change. And they're adding 4 characters this year, so there'll be 4 balance changes, I assume. That'd be my assumption, unless something's changed. But yeah, that's what I think. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's good. We did our low rank tier list, which I'm gonna upload probably tonight, and then we did our initial thoughts on the character viability. Yeah, I'd be really traditionally, yeah, Tekken gets balance changes a lot more than like Street Fighter 6. Like in 7 was like once a season or was it twice a season? I don't even remember. But then eventually they started adding balance changes often. Like it's not like super often. Like it's nowhere near the level of like live multiplayer games like League of Legends, like nothing, or like Fortnite, nothing like that. But Tekken gets updated a decent amount. I don't know. Do you guys think the game's in a bad spot right now? Like I want to. I don't feel like the game's in like a particularly bad spot, like balancing wise right now. It seems okay. I just think Dragunov is busted. They need a okay. If I'd like, I'll do my proposal for the next patch. I think tone Dragunov down a little bit, maybe a little bit more than a little bit. Would Devil Jin even need to be toned down? Maybe I don't know. Maybe what would we nerf on Devil Jin though? Maybe just give him less plus frames on his chain or something, or like a little bit less damage off Hell Sweep, something like simple like that. King, holy fuck, King is like just. King's like Dragunov, where he needs to like completely change. Like he needs to damage just reduced, frames reduced, everything reduced, because he's a lot. Jin I think is okay. They just need to nerf his down 2 a little bit, make it more minus on block. If down 2 needs to be launch punishable, I don't know why it's only minus 14. Jen does way too much fucking damage. Holy shit, Jen does so much damage. It's unreal. What else? Yeah, hardly ever see many of the characters. Yeah, like I said earlier, it's too early. It's way too early. So, are you making the character guides based on popularity or characters you vibe with? Right now, I'm just picking characters who, originally it was just to get characters out who don't already have guides. So, obviously, Man did his guide series. There's a bunch of other people doing guides. So, like, I want to do guides that haven't already been done a lot because I want people who are playing these characters to have like something, at least like a basis to start from. At this point, most of the guides have already been done, which is weird. Like I'm at a weird spot with the guides. I don't know. I'm not sure how I want to keep doing them. Mainly just because at this point, like I said, every character has a guide. I don't know if I can offer something that like will be better than like some of these other guides, because I only want to do a guide if like I feel like I have something like unique to offer. So I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna keep doing. Maybe I'll like find a different format for the guides or something like else. And also the guides just aren't gonna do as well if other people have already made them. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about like what I'm gonna do with the guides. But I have a Kuma and Panda guide that's been ready to be uploaded. We'll get that out soon. I have a Leroy guide that I'm basically done. It's Kuma and Panda, Leroy, Azucena, and then what's next? I don't even remember. Was it Hwoarang? I think it was Hwoarang and then Victor. Those are like the next ones I'm going to do for sure. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens with that. Anyway, my chair keeps falling down. Anyway, probably going to wrap up the stream there. We did a good hour and a half. Really, really good turnout. I'm insanely surprised. We got like average like 100 viewers at one point. That's insane for me. Again, this YouTube channel has just started to grow, but it's been crazy. I've made a Paul guide. Yeah, I made a Paul guide like a long time. I made a Paul guide in the demo, so before the game even came out. It's not very good though. The guides I did before the game came out, I think the Nina one's good, but the Jin, Paul, and Kazuya one are really bad. So I might remake them in the second season. There are some guides that just don't have. There are some characters that don't have guides that are really catered to new players. Some guides are just listing moves and or changes from previous games. I mean. But like that's kind of what I do, right? Like I guess my guide, I try and like make it from the perspective of a new player, but like at the end of the day, my guides are still like going over the character's moves, right? I don't know. I'm trying to like it's especially hard because most of these guides at this point are not characters I play, so like I'm learning the character just to make a guide for them, which I feel like I'm gonna miss a lot of stuff. So I don't know if it's yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but Like I said, I still have the Kuma and Panda guide are going to come out probably tonight or tomorrow. Leroy guide, Victor guide, Azucena, Hwoarang. I think what I'm going to do is like I need to learn the matchups anyway because I do plan on competing in this game eventually, like going to tournaments and stuff. So I'll make guides for all the characters still eventually. I might change the format a little bit just to like differentiate myself or something. I don't know, something to think about. But yeah, anyway, like I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Insane turnout today. I'm really impressed. It's been great. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Where did you come from? Where like I mean I played Tekken 7. I've been playing Tekken for like about 5 years now. But I'm also I was a Smash player who went to tournaments and stuff. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll probably be streaming. I'll probably be streaming again soon. I want to stream often, so and this is a good time to stream. I'll keep my streams before. We did the poll. It was like 4 p.m. and 8. So, yeah. Hope you guys all have a good rest of your